A young political cartoonist named Robert Graysmith became consumed by the case, collecting every letter, scrap of evidence, and police lead. The press had transitioned from reporting the news to actively participating in it, printing the killer's demands and feeding a growing public fascination. With every published letter, the real-world killer began to fade, replaced by a self-perpetuating myth that outgrew the active police files. Of the thousands of tips that flooded police departments, one name repeatedly cut through the noise: Arthur Lee Allen. A former elementary school teacher and convicted child molester, Allen first drew police attention in 1971. The circumstantial overlap was striking. He wore a Seawolf wristwatch, the very brand whose cross-circle logo matched the Zodiac's signature. He owned a windbreaker similar to the one seen at Lake Berryessa, drove a car matching suspect descriptions, and lived near the site of the first attacks. In 1979, he failed a polygraph test when questioned about the letters. To many investigators, and later to the public, the puzzle pieces seemed to fit perfectly, but a criminal case is built on proof, not coincidence, and the case against Allen fractured under close examination. Surviving victim Michael Mageau pointed to Allen's photo in a lineup, but other witness statements created sharp contradictions. Kathleen Johns, who escaped a late-night abduction, described her attacker as a black male, whereas Allen was white. The physical evidence repeatedly failed to connect. Experts analyzed Allen's handwriting against the killer's letters and found no match. His fingerprints and palm prints did not match the latent prints lifted from the taxicab or the envelopes. Decades later, when scientists extracted touch DNA from the stamps, Allen's genetic profile was entirely excluded. Without a direct physical link, prosecutors could not establish a provable chain of evidence. Despite executing multiple search warrants on Allen's home, police never found a matching weapon or direct forensic tie. Other names frequently surfaced in the media, men like Richard Gaikowski, Lawrence Kane, and Don Chaney, but these served more as fuel for public obsession than as viable leads. No one was ever charged. Arthur Lee Allen died in 1992, taking whatever secrets he held to his grave. The suspect who dominated the public imagination remained, in the eyes of the law, an innocent man. In December 2020, 51 years after it was mailed to the San Francisco Chronicle, the Zodiac's most notorious puzzle finally broke. An international team of amateur codebreakers, David Aranchak, Sam Blake, and Jarl van Eyck, cracked the 340-character cipher known as Z340. They did not use secret government mainframes. They applied modern crowdsourced pattern analysis and a custom decryption program called AZ-Decrypt, processing hundreds of thousands of grid permutations. The FBI officially validated the solution, but the breakthrough offered frustration rather than answers. The decoded text revealed no name. Instead, it only rebroadcast the killer's chilling, boastful voice, declaring that he was not afraid of the gas chamber because it would send him to paradise. While the cipher fell to computational mathematics, detectives turned to molecular biology. Vallejo investigators sent original mailings to forensic labs for advanced touch DNA testing, searching for microscopic skin cells and saliva traces left on stamps and envelope flaps. These techniques fundamentally changed what investigators could extract from half-century-old evidence, sparking a dramatic cycle of public breakthroughs and disputed claims. In 2021, an independent group called the Case Breakers pointed to a deceased Air Force veteran named Gary Post, claiming they had linked him to a partial DNA profile. But federal authorities quickly intervened, emphasizing that the case remained open. The DNA sample